Well, good morning. Today is Memorial Day, or I think it's May 25th. It's 11 o'clock. Temperature's around 58 degrees, and I'm hiking at 8,800 feet, starting at the Stough Creek trailhead. It's a little cloudy and cool, and it feels wonderful. I'm anxious to see what it's like up at the lake, and then hiking up a little beyond. We'll see what the creek crossing is like. But it should be good. We'll see. Well, we are entering the wilderness area, and it was 1964, September of 1964, that the Wilderness Act was signed in by Congress and the President to establish these highly protected areas in the National Forest Service lands, which is pretty awesome that we have it. This is the Popoji Wilderness. And it's exciting to get a break today and get out hiking. No motor vehicles allowed. There's a lot of lakes in the Wind River Range, which makes for really good fishing. A lot of them have been stocked in years past. I don't know how the stocking program works now in the winds, but there was a famous couple, their last name was Mitchell, that was instrumental in seeing that the stocking program in the High Lakes was happening. And I'm sure that there's something that still goes on. It's hard to say how much at this time due to budget cuts in our national forest lands. It'd be nice to see a moose today, but we'll see. Well, that's the creek crossing. There used to be some logs further up downstream. This flows out of the lake right over there. And yep, I just got wet. Nice place for a bridge. A lot of people use this trail, but I don't think that's going to happen too soon. Well, we have about a half a mile to a mile uphill, and then we hit some large open meadows until our next big uphill, going up to the pass. And seems like I have a lot of time today, so I'm just going to keep on walking and see what I see today. Be nice to see a moose or a bear, but we'll see. Well, I'm starting to hit patches of snow now, but so far it's really not much. But I know up high there's going to be a lot more snow in the mountains. Well, here's a little bigger patch of snow, but it's still not bad, I don't think. We'll see how this goes. Okay, well, I can see the pass up ahead, or saddle, and the flat area just before the pass, which I've camped here before. I've camped kind of all over in this area. I've camped down at the first lake we passed. I've camped in this meadow up here. It wasn't the best camping. It was a little damp. But it worked. Okay, a little bit more snow. I'm wearing shorts today, so I'd rather not post hole too much. And as you can see by my tracks, I kind of stayed up on top of it. I made it to the upper meadow, and I'm not sure how far the hike is so far, maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles. And I've come up about 700 vertical feet, and that is the saddle right there. And that's where I'm headed. And the weather looks pretty good, but it looks like there could be isolated showers this afternoon. We'll see what happens. It's nice having this boardwalk. Otherwise, I would have gotten my feet wet again, as they're just about to dry off by now. And then when I go back, they'll get wet again. Well, that's it for the hike. I'm not going to make it to the Stough Creek Pass. I got pretty high, but I'm guessing I still have another 500 feet, 400 to 500 feet to go up. I'd have to look at the map. But in the way I'm dressed, in the footwear, I'm not ready for the conditions ahead. So that's not too bad. I made it up to here just fine. But now the pass starts to constrict. So up above me is a ridge on that side. And then there's a ridge on that side. So the melting process is limited. And that's the trail going forward. I don't think I would use snowshoes here, but maybe. But I would definitely use boots and gaiters and long pants, which I don't have. But I'm happy I got this far. It's been good. Well, while I was finishing lunch, a rainstorm came through. It wasn't bad, but I had to get all of my camera equipment away so it would not get wet and damaged. And a little grappo, or soft hail, also fell. I'm almost back to the meadow that I was talking about earlier as I'm heading back down to the roadhead or trailhead. And here's that bridge again that we crossed earlier. Well, I'm just getting down back to Worthen Reservoir, and that's the end of the hike, which was wonderful. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I didn't even walk over to Worthen. That's a reservoir that my daughter and I came to a couple of years ago and caught a number of little trout, brookies, which was great, I think, or rainbows. And she caught a number of them off of a stand-up paddleboard, which was kind of cool. Anyway, it was a great Memorial Day hike, even with the little rain shower that came over. And I hope my next video coming up will be either on this weekend, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, one of them. And I want to get back up towards Yellowstone. And I really have a goal of trying to see a lot more wildlife. And when I say wildlife, I'm thinking principally of grizzly bears, moose, wolverines, animals I don't normally see for a number of reasons. One, like wolverines are not that common. And also, usually I'm hiking with a large group, and we are very noisy. Even if we talk about trying to be quiet, we're humans, we're still noisy. And here we are. Anyway, thanks again. And that is the end of the video.